slide up reminding you to put your cameras away, please do so. No video whatsoever. In regards to questions, we'll have a mic runner, so just put your hand up and he'll come and see you. We do screen our questions. We just ask, you don't ask him anything about sex, drugs, politics, religion. He can talk about it himself if he wants to, but we prefer that you don't ask him just so that he's not uncomfortable, okay? We'll get started shortly. Have a think about some questions and put your hand up now, and Evan will come round to set up the first question. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Benedict.
Hello. How are you? You lot are funny. You always scream at that bit where I kiss Molly. I love it. It's brilliant. Nice to meet all 994 of you, I think. Something like that. You had a good day? Yeah! Oh, me too. Me too. Thank you. My mother.
We have our first question down here for you, Benedict.
I wanted to ask, in your recent announcement of playing Richard III in the new BBC Shakespeare series, how you plan to interpret the role of Richard III from what we know in history and from what Shakespeare has actually written as part of him. What do you hope to portray?
I've yet to start working on that, so I can't really talk about it. Yeah. Ask me in about a month's time, and I'll be able to tell you. But yeah. But I'm very, very, very excited about it, and I think it is one of the best parts of the canon. Yeah, and I'm thrilled. I mean, Dominic Cook asked me to do it a while ago now, I mean a long time ago. I think even at the end of last year, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to be available because of other stuff going on, including Lost City of Z. So I'm just really thankful that it's come together and that we've officially announced it and the ship has set sail. I was reading it again on the plane the other day, and it's a phenomenal piece of work. So difficult, really hard role, and one I'm far less familiar with than Hamlet, so it'll be a different challenge altogether from that point of view, let alone who he is and what he stands for and how he's been interpreted in the past. And as a historical figure versus Shakespeare's character, as you say, so it's all to be investigated, so yeah, I'm not sure yet, I'm really not sure.
Hi Benedict, thank you for coming to Australia. My question is, what do you like about acting? And will you still focus on acting or slightly gradually change to producing role or directing role?
No, I'll always act, but I mean, I'd like to produce, I'd like to direct as well. I'd like to see projects from inception to completion. That's part of the reason I want to get into production. Also to kind of create my own work and work for other artists that I admire and that I want to see in work, and material and subject matters tackled and that I'd like to make into film. What do I like about it? Thank you. Oh, yeah. Acting. Yeah, it's alright, it's quite fun. It's nice to... there's a lot of it that I enjoy, and every job's very different. That's why it's a hard question to sort of generalise about, like what one reason, what sort of things, keep me engaged with it. It really does depend from job to job. And then the challenges of being on stage as opposed to being in front of a camera or behind a microphone. I don't know. I like telling stories. I like trying to investigate other realities, trying to empathise with another mindset, with another life experience. And through that, you get the most extraordinary further education. You're constantly picking up new skills or attitudes or understandings about the world, which I love. That keeps me engaged and interested in what's going on around me. And I love the community I get to work with. You know, actors are fun people to be around. And I think at its best, it's a fantastic method of storytelling. I'm also still learning. I learn on every single job, I really do. That's not humility, that's just the genuine truth. I think most actors would say the same thing. You kind of have a profound, everything. Hello? There's a conversation going on about that. Well, carry on. Yeah, just basically, you know, it's a profoundly varied volume of people that you have to work with. So you can be learning something from a DOP or a sound engineer, or even someone, you know, using a spotlight. You know, just anything that's other than your skill, and it all feeds back into who you are and how you perform as well. So I like that. I like being part of that community. I love sort of film sets, and I love rehearsal rooms. It's a very privileged existence as well. You know, we get to tell stories, and there come responsibilities with that as well. Not just the stories, but who we portray sometimes. And I take those very seriously, and that again is another privilege, to have the access to the most extraordinary people or lives, whether they're real or fiction. And you learn a lot that way as well, not just the things that aren't you that you have to adapt to become that other person, but just to be around that person, or to think about what they've had to think about, whether it's Stephen Hawking or Van Gogh or Julian Assange. I mean, it's quite a number of interesting characters I've got to play. So yeah, I could go on and on with this question. It's a good question, but I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you if I didn't enjoy acting. So thank you. I think we can stop photographs now, because I haven't changed that much since the beginning. I'm not going to change that much at the end. But it's really distracting to try and concentrate whilst talking to you. So just let's have, I'm going to count you down. I'm going to give another sort of 5 seconds, and then really appreciate you stopping when I was ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. Thank you. And on a serious note, I can't thank you enough for your generosity and your time and appreciating my work I've done and having me here as well. And I'm very, very flattered by your attention and by your presence. But can I just make a massively big ask of you? This isn't to denigrate the generosity I've had today with presence, but I'm very lucky. I unfortunately don't have that many suitcases to put them all in, but I'm very lucky. I have a lot of things. I have a lot of wonderful things from all of you. But what I'd love you to do instead, if possible, as some people have, and there's an example of it here, is if you can give to a charity. It doesn't have to be a charity that I'm involved with. It has to be something that you care about, that you know will make me feel good by doing something good for. You don't have to give money, just anything, even write something good today.
So the day is finished. They're laughing at me.
We'll never stop.
The day is finished. We're heading home now. It's freezing. It was a great panel.
It was really good. The questions were really
The questions were smart, yeah.
good. Good on you, Australia.
Highlights, guys. Highlights his Alan Rickman impression.
Said my name.
The uni has a sundial. I think that's pretty cool. We're just walking in the rain. Anyways, as I was saying, the panel was amazing. I wish I could have filmed more of it.
I do.
This one did, so stealing her footage.
Is she filming?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Your case.
I'm stealing her footage, well, some of it. I think that he's very well spoken, obviously. He's just a good person to see answering questions in an interview way. Like, did you guys agree? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.